My very first video on this channel was me doing a randomiser Nuzlocke in Pokemon Fire Red, and I had a lot of fun with it. And with the recent trailers of Pokemon Legends Z to A now out, it got me wanting to return to Kalos. So I decided to go back and play Pokemon Y, but in another randomiser Nuzlocke. We're sticking with the basic rules of Nuzlockes. One catch per route, if a Pokemon dies then it's sent to the Shadow Realm, and I've got a nickname everything. But you've heard this all before through the million other Nuzlockes you see on YouTube. So, now it's time to move on with my adventure through Pokemon Y, Randomizer Nuzlocke. Ow! Well, that was rude. After that rude awakening, I got changed and headed out to meet my neighbors Serena and Shauna, because the three of us were going out to meet some guys called Tiano and Trevor for the three of us to receive our starters. And the options didn't leave me with much choice. Please let them... That's a mix for me. I ended up picking Cranidos because as much as I wanted Talonflame, I didn't want either of my rivals to have something that was 4 times super effective against me, especially in the early game, and I named it Dome. Shauna then challenged me to a battle to which I learnt Dome's ability, Protein. This ability changes the user's type to whatever move it's about to use, meaning I will always have Stab on Dome, which is massive help for the early game. We made quick work of Shauna, then got on to the encounters, and getting Appetite the Munchlax and Cloud the Swablu. Now these two Pokemon may not be the best right now, but they have great potential later on, so I was still happy to have them. I did a bit of training, then got on to Route 3, to where I met Forest the Tangrowth. And then, trying to train it, I made a mistake. I put it in against a Dusclops, then tried to use Ingrain and think I'd out-heal it. Unfortunately, the Dusclops was doing more damage than I or Ingrain could heal, and I couldn't switch it because I didn't know Ingrain stopped the user from switching out. So I lost Forest instantly. Look, I'm not perfect. With that shame hanging over my head and knowing Cameron's smug face was coming, I went and challenged the gym. The leader Viola started off with the Jolteon and I with Dome. The Jolteon was just spamming Sand Attack and Tail Whips, and with Dome not being able to hit, I decided to switch out to Appetite to get rid of the conditions. Then I went back into Dome with it being able to defeat the Jolteon. Then it made easy work of Viola's Pikachu, obtaining me the first gym badge. As I was leaving the town, I ran into a reporter who gave me the XP share, which I will be keeping on cause screw trying to train up every Pokemon individually. I'm just happy I won't be repeating walking up and down the daycare grind like in Fire Red, and I was even happier running into a Timber that I called Vane. Now I was on my way to Lumia City in order to meet the Professor, and I was stressed. I knew I had to battle him and his 3 Pokemon, and I don't know why, but I felt something really big and really scary was coming. But thankfully, I was wrong. Dome was able to handle all of them, and then beating him, he gave me a choice of 3 Pokemon. I get to pick one? What do I get? What do I get? Oh. And I picked Skorupi that I called Stinger to have some poison on the team. With a bit more boring story and talking to the obvious villain of the adventure, I made my way out of the city. On the way to the next gym, I came across a small town with the path ahead being blocked by a Snorlax, and the only way to wake it up was to use the Pokeflute. Unfortunately, it had been taken by a rich person, so me and Shauna had to go and get it. So having to pay to get in, help catch the rich guy's Furfrou, and then watching a really bad fireworks show, we were able to wake up the Snorlax that had turned into a Go-Goat, which I caught and called Ram, and put it on the team along with an XU I found on Route 8 that was named Spike. Further along the way, I met up with Serena, who told me about a fossil lab which reminded me I could get a free Pokemon from the fossil. So I wasted no time in making my way to the caves to find the Professor. On getting further into the mines, I came across someone in a really stupid red suit and wanted to pick a fight. The fight got a bit close, but Ram was able to take out the Braviary. But, despite Ram's best efforts, it couldn't save her from what happened next. No, Ram! Oh, Ram! Ah. Okay. What do we do? Could just try and use Spike. Okay, fine. So, some are taken out by Lillipup, Will, Dragon Rage, Volcanion, which I'm not complaining about. Lost Ram. No! We may have lost Ram, but thankfully we can get 2 brand new Pokemon that can be added to the team, thanks to the fossil I got from the scientist and another fossil I got from Munchlax's pickup ability. They turned out to be Trico and Sliggoo, and I added Trico to the team to take Ram's place. With the team now sorted, I continued onwards to the next gym. With a few worries, the team may not have the best base stat total, and entering the gym soon brought that to light, with Vayne falling to a Darmanitan.
No, fuck it. Vayne's dead. Ugh! It's always a stupid Darmanitan. Come on, Spike, come on. Yes, Spike. Spike, I love you.
And I was worried how other battles were going to go. So I decided to train up the team for a bit so they'd be all on par with the gym's level, and for a very pleasant surprise to happen.
Oh my god, finally! Oh my god, Appetite! Appetite is evolving. Oh, this is something I really did need for the team right now. Come on, baby. There's my big boy. Oh, that's big news. Literally. I'm watching Age of Ultron right now, and I've got the Avengers music playing just as this arrives. That's timing. That is a message.
Now it was time to tackle the gym, with me using Appetite as my opening Pokemon, and Grants being... oh, fuck. My plan was now try and lower this thing's defenses with Screech, but it was doing more damage than I could heal. So, to get a clean switch, I decided to sacrifice a Clink I had put on the team for Death Fodder, so I could switch into a Spike later on. I wanted to use Spike to use Dragon Rage, but it only managed to get one off before it was left with a scary amount of health left. So I decided to sacrifice Cloud in order to get a clean switch back into Appetite, and using whatever turns I had left to heal. With Appetite now out, I was able to get the hits I needed to beat Cobalion, and now it was time to beat the second Pokemon, and shit. There we go. Second gym badge obtained. With a few more spaces on the team, I put in a Cyndaquil I got from another fossil from Appetite before it evolved, and then Stinger back on the team to get poison for sticky situations. Travelling onwards, I ran into a Team Flare Grunt, and after beating them in battle, they ran off to the next town. But despite chasing them down, I ended up losing them on a pathway with a very obvious dead end. Left with that confusion, I decided to make my way to the next city and take on the next gym, when a Lucario charged at me with the next gym leader in tow. She challenged me to a battle and we simply swatted her team away. And after traversing through a cave, I met up with Tiana and Trevor, who told me to go and talk to the Mega Guru, and also gave me an intriguing stone, to which we took it to the Guru for it to be inspected. We learnt a lot about Mega Evolution and I was very much paying attention, and then had to figure out between us who got to use it. And it came down to me and Serena, with me winning the battle, of course. However, the gym leader Karina wanted me to make sure I was ready to take the test, and asked me to come challenge her in the gym. So I made my way over, took out her gym trainers with ease, and then challenged Karina.
That is one of the best entrances of a gym leader ever. Like, all of them just stand there. She just pops in like, yeah.
With the battle being easier than expected, with Appetite, Quilava, and Dome handling each of their Pokemon, earning me the third gym badge. Now, with defeating Karina as the gym leader, it was now time to face her as the Mega Evolution Master. And I decided to add this one rule. If I lost, it would not count as a loss to the run, because it wasn't my team, I had no control over the Pokemon we would get, and thank God I did.
Here we go. This one has me worried because it's like, it's mandatory. If I cannot beat this, what do I do? Like, because I'm not counting this as a death, because I shouldn't have to struggle on something I have zero control over. I can't even prep the Pokemon's item. I can't prep its item, its moveset, anything like that. I don't have a choice going in. So, bugger, like, losing the run over this thing, because I don't find that fair. I should lose via my team, my Pokemon. Alright, here we go. Success Karina, send out. Oh! Well, shit. Oh, and she has Mega X. How on earth do I beat this? I don't even have a fairy type move. Oh, shit. Oh, I can't outdo this one. Wait, oh, it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory? Oh, I don't care then. I don't care. Yeah, you know, I'll take the Mega Mawile. I'm not using it, but hey, it's still a Pokemon I can get.
Getting that over and done with, I carried on towards the next town, where I met up with Professor and Diantha. They talked about something I again was not paying attention to, and then took the monorail to the next gym, to where I ran into Serena, and had Appetite completely slam her team. Then I swung into the next gym, and made quick work of his team. I was making my way back to Lumio City, where I encountered a Team Flare Grunt who was guarding the power plant to Lumio City, who had appeared to lose his pass, so I found it and used it to get inside. Apparently, Team Flare was stealing power from the city, which is why it was having reoccurring blackouts. But I made quick work of everything, with Quilava evolving into Typhlosion, and then bring power back to the city, which let me take on Clement, to which Dome, Typhlosion, and Spike put an end to his team, achieving me the 5th gym badge. I then met up with the Professor and Lysander, to which he was yelling about the imperfect world we lived in, but I wasn't paying attention yet again. Then went on to Route 14, quickly pulling myself out of the mud to get to the next city to take on Valerie, only for Sceptile and Typhlosion to completely crush a team, getting me the 6th gym badge. Exiting the gym, Shauna and Trevor came panicking to me saying the Pokeball factory was under attack by Team Flare, so me and Serena teamed up to kick them out. And I'll be 100% honest with you, nothing really happened after this. I was just catching new Pokemon, making easy work of all the trainers, and saving a Bombersnow from Team Flare, which took no more than 5 minutes. I was starting to get into a good place. Felt comfy with the team member, I was starting to understand who could do what. So I wasted no time to get into Anastar City to take on Olympia. That was all until some random trainers Torterra came out, Earthquake one-shots Typhlosion, and then managed to kill Appetite by taking chunks of its health. And the cherry on top of all this is that during that recording session I was ill, so I wasn't recording my voice, so my reaction is lost to time. So, here is a much less dramatic version of my reaction.
You maniac! You burned it up! Darn you! Darn you all to heck!
Can we go to the fun side now?
These were two great team members that were helping cover a major ice weakness on my team. And now I was starting to panic, and with not wanting to spend the next month grinding up to new team members, I decided to take on Olympia despite the big ice weakness. I mean, how bad could it be? Son of a bitch. The gym battle itself was a bit stressful with the fear of ice types, but Dome managed to take out the Tornadus, Sceptile took out the Pampor, and then my new Staraptor, that I forgot to nickname, one-shot the Ludicolo, obtaining me the 7th gym badge. As I was trying to pull myself together leaving the gym, I got a call on the holophone with Lysander saying he and Team Flare were going to use some ultimate weapon to reshape the world into something beautiful. I feel like I've heard something of this plan line before. But now was not the time for him. I needed to sort out my team, and with what I had in the box, a new team was made with Dome, Sceptile, Spike, Stinger, Staraptor, and a Chinchino that I called Lamp. This new team was set, and we charged into Team Flare straight into the door where we faced Lysander, and his team was tough, I guess? Sure? We battled through the base, took out his admins for them to tell us the secret weapon was in a town we had been to before. Geosunge Town. So we flew back, entered the base, and to not really listen to the story of the ultimate weapon. Then take on Lysander, to which everything went wrong. The first to come out was Amora, which I used Lamp as the rest of the team hates ice types. But then he switched into Lucario, who did a worrying amount of damage. I tried to switch in Staraptor, but it didn't leave a lot of on it, but I thought Staraptor could finish the battle. Yeah, it couldn't. Sceptile managed to finish off the Lucario, and then I put in Dome to deal with the Ampharos. But it completely destroyed Dome. I'd tried to put in Spike, and he was stalled out to get some Dragon Dances, and then I killed it. Then Lamp came in to finish the Aurorus. These were, again, two amazing team members gone. But not all was lost, as Stinger evolved after that battle. and I believed we had a chance, especially with the legendary coming up. So I decided to go all in. Little did I know how much that decision would cost me. Whilst going through the grunts, I lost Spike to a Dragonite. It was one level away from evolving. And then I lost Lamp to a Grunt Zygarde. And yeah, we got the legendary that ended up being a Regirock, and I caught it. But then came the final battle with Lysander. I thought I had a chance with Regirock taking out the Dugtrio, Sceptile slicing up the Swampert, and Stinger wiping out Whimsicott. But then came out the Aggron with that Mega Evolve. I tried to use Regirock with Superpower, but with little damage it had done, it struck back with an Iron Tail. Sceptile came in screeching and using Leaf Blade, but it died as well. I tried using Stinger, but nothing was working. All the Pokemon I had remaining were just too weak and couldn't do anything. That was it. It was a good run and all, but... What? What? Cinder came from behind and had won me the battle and saved the run. I was just shocked, but wasted no time in designing and training the new team. However, none of the Pokemon were close to being the levels I needed, so I threw them in the daycare to train them. It won't take that long, right? Okay, a bit longer than I thought, but the team was so worth it. Cause we got Goodra, Peace the God of War, Cinder the Volcarona, Sus the Among Us, Rocky the Gigalith, and the best one yet. That was my recent catch, Cannon the Mega Blastoise! This team was the best setup in the entire run, with them completely wiping out Wulfric's team and getting me the 8th gym badge, obliterating everybody on Victory Road, simply brushing away Serena and her team in our final battle. Ah, take that! And with nothing else standing in our way, we charged for the Elite Four. Our main plan was to have Rocky set up Stealth Rock, then let the rest of the team take care of the battle. And that plan was going well, until I miscalculated what damage Goodra could take from a Dragon Claw Salamence. No! But that didn't stop us. One by one, we defeated the rest of the Elite Four with no challenges. Nothing could stop us now. And now we face the final challenge. The champion, Diantha. Her first Pokemon was Blissey, but we managed to stall it out with Sus's Toxic. Then Peace took Swampert out of action with a couple of Magical Leaps. Cannon let off a barrage of water attacks to end Flygon. Cinder then came in to take on Flogora and Weavile and came out victorious. But finally, was Mewtwo. This had replaced Diantha's Mega Gardevoir, and now it was Mega Mewtwo X. I wanted to get a clean switch, so I sent in Rock to do whatever damage it could, but with only what little damage it had, I lost him. I then tried Sus to get a Toxic off, but it fell to a one-shot Psychic. Cannon tried to use all its power as best it could, but Mewtwo simply recovered what damage we did and destroyed Cannon. I then sent in Cinder, but it had run out of Heat Waves, and my other two attacks were doing no damage, and Mewtwo was just recovering any damage we did do to it. And I was worried this was it. Was this how we lose? Unable to hit this thing. Is this the end? Please tell me I've got something I can... Wait! A Max Elixir! I've got a Max Elixir! Dickhead! Let's try Heat Wave. Oh, it's so close! I know! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Oh my god, I beat it! I won! I'm finally done with this stupid run! Oh, that got stressful. That single item saved the run. And with it, I had now defeated Pokemon Y randomiser Nuzlocke. Through all of the mistakes, through all of the losses of this run, I had done it. We had done it. And all I can say is thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next adventure.